Hey there. Today I want to talk to you about the unknown. When things are uncertain, it can be very anxiety provoking. And just today, I've heard this 3 times already from 3 different people. I talked to somebody who was going to let go of old patterns, and it was uncertain how other people would respond. And so that person was very worried about the unknown. How is that going to go? Another person who was very unsure about their health, um, and I guess worried about how that would play out in the future. Would it get worse? Would they lose their freedom, their independence? And then another person who was going to try some new things and that this person had never done before, right? So you can relate. It's everywhere. Unknown is everywhere, and we all struggle with it. I know that for me, I had a really steady job at the Rock County Human Services for 17 years, and when it came time to leave that job, I I didn't know what to expect. I was going to venture out, starting my own business, and uh, there were a lot of unknowns. It took me about 6 months before I could actually take the leap and leave that job. There's even a word in psychology for this called the liminal space. This is the space where we aren't in the new place yet and we're leaving the old. We're in that in between space, and it's very uncertain. Things are um, up in the air. So lately, I've been playing a lot with the idea of how do we reframe that? How do we make the unknown actually a place of possibility, a place of safety? That maybe this is where the growth happens for us. This is where good things happen when we don't know. And this is a place where we can create and explore and play in life. Maybe the unknown is more of a truth and a reality than the reality we think we've created in our own mind. So I'm really excited to share this with you because um, the unknown creates so much anxiety. And the reason it creates anxiety is because we're assuming that bad things are going to happen, right? That people aren't going to respond well. I'm going to lose my health. I'm going to try new things and fail. So we're worried that that something bad is going to happen. Well, what if we actually thought about how this could be the best thing ever? What if we turned our brains around and started asking, well, how could this turn out to be a real positive, a real blessing in my life? I think that's one option we have. I mean, we don't know how it's going to go anyway, so we might as well choose how we're going to think about it. And in this move from fear to curiosity, we begin to open. The fear subsides, and we start to create in our brain the possibility of new outcomes. Um, there was a saying, I think it was by Buddha, but I'm not really sure. It was something that, to the effect that the more certain things are, the less possibility there is. And although we might think we feel really comfortable with things being highly certain, it would be a rather boring place to live, I believe. So I created this little saying: don't wait, create. Don't wait, create. Because whenever we're facing that unknown time where things are uncertain, it gives us that opportunity to put our minds towards how do we want it to be? What sort of vision do we want to create? Start to really fill in the blanks. So I know for my business, I think, well, how do I want it to look? Well, I don't know how that's going to work. I've never done that before. Well, what if I put my brain towards how I want it to look, set some goals maybe even, and then organize behind that? Because there are always going to be things we can control and things we can't control. So we might as well identify those things we can control and create on purpose. Maybe some of those things aren't possible right away, but step by step, they begin to become possible, and we're creating in the way we're in action. So when we're connected to that vision and making choices, we're connected to our personal power and our agency. We're having an effect. So get busy creating that vision and setting goals to organize around it. this is where we build trust, trust in ourselves, trust in the universe. We begin to find evidence that the universe is a safe place where we can take risks, and we don't really need to know. We don't need to know all the answers because we're always taken care of and things always turn out all right. That nothing at this point in your life have you not been able to handle. You've been able to handle 100% of everything that's come your way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So I hope you've enjoyed this little reframe on uncertainty and the unknown and facing it with greater equanimity. If anything about this video has touched you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And my name is Lori Friesen. I can be found over at lorifriesen.com, and many blessings.